satisfied life. Ratan Tata, he was at a convocation day of a B school just about a couple of years back. And he told the fresh management graduates after all his experience in the corporate world of more than 60 years. He said that don't count your successes and don't count your luxuries by the amount of money that you have in your bank account, by the number of properties that you have accumulated, by the number of relationships that you have in your life, by your social networking skills. This is all not your wealth. He said, count your successes and luxuries of life by the number of lives that you have enriched of people with you during the course of your journey of life. How many of lives you have enriched by yourself. This is the start of the real thinking, of the meaning of the topic, that is rethinking your goals. You worked in the corporate world for 35, 40 years. You had a fat bank balance. You had good properties, good family, good social relationships, everything fine. All credits to you for your good earnings in all aspects of life. But how many lives did you enrich? How many lives did you better of people around you? That is the aim of human living. I've come to you today as I'm given this topic to share something. I don't charge anything for my talks. I've been talking since 26 years at national, international seminars. I don't charge a single paise for my talks. Am I right? The organizers somewhere. This is my selfless social service, giving and caring for the society. And it gives me immense pleasure. It gives me immense pleasure to share and care for the society. So rethinking goals, first important positive aspect is ask yourself every day in the evening, at the end of your day, did I do something to enrich a life of someone around me? From a small smile to a big help, did you enrich something? Did you enrich your life? Did you enrich an environment? Otherwise, अपने लिए तो पशु भी जीवन जीते for their own self-interest. Even the animals, they live upon this earth. If you live only for your growth, for your betterment, for your luxuries, entertainment in life, it is nothing more than a dog life, donkey life, and cat life. It is not a human life. If we all here are destined, and we are fortunate, we are specially blessed, all of us sitting, that we have things, many things, much more extra than an ordinary human being. Isn't it? In all ways of life. Then when you have that, you must spare some part of it, of your resources and time for the betterment of people, enriching people and environment around you. In terms of values, in terms of services, in terms of health, in terms of growth. Because when I talk to corporates and professionals, I tell them that the amount of money that you have in your bank account when you die is the extra work you did, you shouldn't have done. You should have spent that time doing some good activity for the upliftment of society. This is the first aspect. Again, the big disease of the 21st century is that we give overemphasis to mind and lesser emphasis to heart. We talk of IQs. Now it is an old dated talk. In the 90s it was talked about the IQs. At the turn of the millennium, they started a new quotient, and that is called the emotional quotient. From IQ, it shifted to EQ. Paradigm shift. Emotional quotient. Your IQ is, you think rationally, You talk purposefully. You act meaningfully. And you deal very effectively with the situation. That is your IQ. They say good IQs make good team heads. You can lead a good team. More than IQ is your EQ, emotional quotient. It's all about having empathy for others, where you know and you consider before taking a decision your own emotions and the emotions of the person before you jump to a conclusion. It is like knowing the whole picture before you jump to a conclusion. That is called your emotional quotient. And they say the top management gurus, you read them, Jim Collins, Stephen Covey, Anthony Robbins, Ken Blanchard, Robin Smith, they all have come to recognize, accept and propagate that those with higher EQs, they become leaders, not just team heads. Because when you learn to deal with people more than machines, when you keep on having increased trusts in people more than machines, not only you grow, people grow, the environment enriches around you. So those with IQ, they become team heads. Those with IQ plus EQ, they become leaders. And now, in the last decade, they have come to know that there is a very big important quotient, and that is called the spiritual quotient. A very good book I would suggest for all you professionals. I've read it 3 times. It's from the bottom of my heart for you today. If you have a piece of paper and pen, you can definitely write it down. The title of the book is Spiritual Intelligence. Why it matters more than IQ and EQ. The actual title is Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence. Co-authored by Dr. Ian Marshall and Dr. Dana Zohar. In this book, they have surveyed more than about 3,000 successful people upon this earth. Successful not just in business, successful as a businessman, as a father, as a husband, or as a wife, as a mother, as a brother, as a sister, as a neighbor, as a relative, as a friend. Successful in all walks of life, in all roles that a human being normally plays in his life. Long interviews with them, their past, present, studied well, and they have listed out that a person who has spiritual intelligence, how he stands out from people who have just IQs high or even IQs plus EQs high. Listed out 8 important aspects. I don't go into the details of it. I'll just list you out. People with high SQ, or if you want to develop a good SQ, the other way around, you need to work upon these 8 areas. The first is flexibility to change. The new Harvard definition of intelligence is the more quicker you can adapt yourself to a change, you are intelligent. Many of us, we have mathematical intelligence, we are good at numbers, engineering, softwares. Many of them, we have concrete intelligence, we can deal with machines well. Many of us have social intelligence, we can interact with people well. But the best intelligence is flexibility to change. He survives. Second, spiritual intelligence aspect is self-awareness. What am I? Where am I? What I'm supposed to do? What I'm talking? What I'm looking at? What I need to talk? Who are the people around me? Absolute self-aware person. He never makes a private or a public mistake. That is spiritual intelligence. Third, an ability to face and use suffering of life. any suffering in your life, personal life, professional life, social or family life, that is part and parcel of life, isn't it? Because life is a package deal. As you give packages to your employees, life is a package deal from God. As your employees, they like 70% of your package deal and 30% is a compulsion. Even for you people. Your higher-ups giving you a good deal, 70% you like it and 30% is a compulsion. You don't like it, still you are supposed and forced to do it if you want to enjoy that 70%. In the same way, life is a package deal. It has its pluses and minuses. So, if you have or you develop a capacity to face your suffering with a smiling face and then use your suffering for your elevation. Now, this is something very important that I'm telling you. You should develop a neck. Some people have that neck to use their suffering for their own elevation. The top guy in the country, the top gentleman in the country has this neck. Anything thrown at him, he can use it and convert it into a giant vote bank. That is a neck. Anything thrown at him, he can convert it into in your corporate language, a big business, in his language, a big vote bank. That is a neck. An ability to face and use suffering. Fourth, an ability to be inspired by vision. You see something. Actually, we always see. We don't observe much. Here the word see is observe. You see something and you are inspired by it. The fifth aspect of spiritual intelligence is to see connection between diverse things. Diagonally opposite happenings and you see a connection between them. That is very crucial to you solving problems at your workplace. The sixth aspect of spiritual intelligence is an ability to cause as little harm as possible to people and surroundings. How can I be more helpful? The seventh aspect is to ask and probe fundamental questions. Why, when, what, why, how, before you give in. And the last and the eighth aspect of spiritual intelligence is an ability to think and work against a convention. So these are the 8 aspects of spiritual intelligence, and rethinking your goals is to give more thinking and emphasis to these 8 aspects of life. You develop your SQ beyond your IQ and EQ for a great human life. So when you are deciding the goals of your life, take your IQ into consideration, take your EQ into consideration, take your SQ into consideration. Intelligent quotient, emotional quotient, and spiritual quotient. Now this is taught by the top class management gurus, top class social relationship gurus, and top class health gurus upon this earth. For this teaching they charge you $500 a day. You are getting FOC now. Rethinking your goals in the intelligence sector. Let me pin you a bit. You all will get a chance. You already got a chance many times, and you will get in future for a shortcut to rise. For an unethical path to rise. If you go for it, you will have easy and quick buck at the end of the day. But one day you can be a big loser. Never ever adopt unethical practices to grow. This is the most urgent need for a working man today in the world. You remain wedded to ethical principles at your workplace, in your personal life. The growth may initially, you may find it slow, but it would be concrete with deep foundation. Nobody with unethical practices, if at all he has grown, he has stayed there, okay? Because I emphatically put forward a statement when talking to the corporate world. I tell them that your intelligence, your academics, your talents, your experience, your backgrounds, your platforms, your support systems can open any gate for you, but only your character can keep that gate open. You lose out on that and you are anybody. Whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are, you can become zero from hero within seconds. Even if the name of your company is Satyam and you go for Asatya practices. A guy of 8,000 crores, 7 years rigorous imprisonment. Even if you are the king of the skies and you go for unethical practices, you have to leave India without an Indian passport. The guy is being brought back, already ordered by the UK court. When he comes and opens his mouth, he will put many people in trouble. Things will come, times will come. Even if you are the Sahara of thousands of families, you can still lie Be-Sahara in Tihar for 4 years. Don't go for unethical practices. Even if you are a spearhead pace attack of India, Indian cricket team, if you go for spot fixing, you can't avoid a life ban on yourself. You're getting me right? Yes or no? So don't tell yourself 20 years of corporate experience, CEO of a 500 crore company, I am untouchable. Never think that, okay? Never tell yourself holding your handset in your hand and 500 big contacts, 15 ministers, 10 MLAs, 20 MPs, 50 corporate honkos. Nothing can happen to me. I can call at midnight anybody and these people at my help. Situations will come in your life and you go for unethical practices and caught. None of this list your phone will go through. It can land you in jail. So remain wedded to ethical practices. Rethink your goals. Don't tell yourself, कोई भी परिस्थिति में, anyhow, anyway, I want to be 100 crore company. Not anyhow, anyway, okay? That words keep for yourself, for generating energy from you. Anyhow, anyway, I will do it. That is for your self-inspiration and motivation, not for your behaviors. Got it? Otherwise, you can be in trouble. So even if the best IQ, whatever intelligence you possess, in short, even if you are the chairman of the Madhya Pradesh Electricity Board, because we are sitting here in Indore, even if you are the chairman or even if you are the power minister, I can tell you one line. On a fine Sunday morning when you are sitting with a cup of tea and reading your Sunday newspaper, you can't look at the electric plug, raise your shoulder, raise your collars, raise it and tell it, okay, I am the electricity board chairman, your distribution is in my hands and this is my finger I'm putting in the plug, okay, take care of it. Being in the electrical distribution field for 35 years and being the chairman of the electric company, you don't have your right to put your finger inside the plug. What happens even if you are the chairman? चिपका देगी, मर जाओगे. Because electricity doesn't know your power, your position, your status, your wealth, nothing. It knows only human flesh and blood. In the same way, unethical practices done by you doesn't know your power, your position, your status, your wealth. Unethical practices is like electricity. Don't play with it. This is I'm talking of behaviors at your workplace. Now let me tell you of the latest burning issue, ethical behavior in your personal life. The Me Too movement. Very less speakers would talk on this. The day it came out, I decided to talk in public as well. I've been talking since last about 6 months on this. Remain very ethically wedded to your personal character as well. This is more powerful than unethical practices at workplace. It can ruin you. It can ruin your career. It can ruin your family. All your goals thought in your teenage, young age, and the start of your professional career will go all in vain within seconds. Because the earth is round, it doesn't have any corner, so it doesn't have any place to keep your wrongs. We all study science, isn't it? In our high school, I think in physics, we had a force called the buoyant force. When a hard solid object you try to put inside a bucket filled with water, the water gushes it up, and it is called the buoyant force, where it pushes it up, isn't it? All your wrongs possess a tremendous buoyant force. It has the power to come up in the open and shout, yes, this guy did this. Even a central government minister had to put in his papers because of the Me Too movement. From there to a giant e-platform CEO in Bangalore, they have to put in their papers because of this. And thereafter I say that today it is the Me Too movement. This generation of ours will see a C2 movement. You know what is this C2 movement? Now we are standing into India 4.0. Am I right? The theme of the conference? The new industrial revolution. You are talking of nanotechnology. You are talking of artificial intelligence. These people will design softwares. Because in future all the cities will come under CCTV every square inch. Today London is the only city in the world that every square inch of its public space is under CCTV. It will happen to all the cities in the near future. If somebody complains that this guy or this person looked at me in my, like it was like not comfortable to me, and it is caught on CCTV, then it's difficult to prove that, okay, I just looked at it. It was nothing malignous in it. But then this AI people, nanotechnology people, IT people will develop 20-25 types of softwares that if they are put on your vision in the iPhone, it will prove that there was something wrong in it. This is the next step of AI that your conference is on. I was sent the email by the organizers where I read it. I just read the mail. Rethink, redesign and rebuild. And there we are in today, revolution, industrial revolution, technological revolution 4.0. This nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, everything is revolutionizing the world. This will reach to that level where your blood will be made in the laboratories. This generation will see that our blood will be made in the laboratories. This generation will see that softwares can prove everything. This generation of ours will see, I'm giving you bigger visions. Our generation today we sitting will see that if there is a murder somewhere, even after 1 hour or 1 day after that, they'll be able to click pictures going there, figures will be there, and they can produce a positive picture that you see today that yes, this is a lie that you killed. Pictures will be clicked of people after they have left the venue. 1 hour after that, 1 day after that. This will all come into practice. To stand yourself firm in the midst of this revolution. Definitely you adhere to the revolution. That is the need of the times. But at the same time, take more care of your thoughts, your behaviors, your ethical values in life. Only then you will be able to withstand this new revolution. Only then you will be able to flow with the tide of the new revolution. Only then you will be able to manage yourself. Otherwise, you will be a loser. This is much needed today in this 21st century. This is the need of the hour. So this is India 4.0. Added value to it is what I'm talking to you. Added enhancement to it. This is what I'm talking to you. If you decide to grow, basically there is a misconception among us. You increase the turnover of your company, and people also tell you, you also start feeling that I have started becoming successful. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Thank you for watching this video.